Originally known as ISO Guide 25, ISO 17025 was initially issued by ISO in 1999. There are many commonalities with the ISO 9000 standard, but ISO 17025 is more specific in requirements for competence and applies directly to those organizations that produce testing and calibration results and is based on more technical and management requirements. In order to be considered technically competent, laboratories and relevant organizations must acquire accreditation to assure their clients of their precision, accuracy, and repeatability of results. Hence, ISO 17025 is introduced as the international standard for calibration and testing used by most laboratories in most countries. This laboratory accreditation is the criteria to demonstrate the technical competence to carry out specific test methods including sampling, producing valid calibration data, test results, and operating an effective quality system. Who is ISO 17025 for? It is applicable to all laboratories performing tests and calibrations whether they are owned and operated by government, industry, and any other organization. The standard is also useful to universities, research centers, regulators, inspection bodies, product certification organizations, and other conformity assessment bodies with the need to do sampling, testing, or calibration. The 2005 version of the standard comprises 5 elements which are normative references, terms and definitions, management requirements, and technical requirements. Management requirements are primarily related to the operation and effectiveness of the quality management system within the laboratory. Technical requirements include factors that determine the correctness and reliability of the tests and calibrations performed in the laboratory. The 2017 version of ISO 17025, which is the current version, has modified this structure to be scope that cover all laboratories' activities including testing, calibration, and sampling. Normative references, terms and definitions, general requirements, structural requirements which basically the organizational components of a laboratory, resource requirements that have the laboratory's personnel, facilities, equipment, and systems available to perform its activities, process requirements which are the heart of this version that cover 11 core processes to improve efficiency, and lastly, management system requirements.
ISO 17025 is important for assuring the quality of the test and calibration results. To assure the quality of the test and calibration results, the laboratories must go through the quality control procedures to monitor the validity of the test and the calibration launch. After the test and the calibration has been launched, all the results we get must be collected and recorded. Statistical methods should be used to review the results after the data has been collected in a way that makes the trends visible and also practicable. When monitoring the quality control procedures, we must follow the guideline plan. In monitoring, we need to ensure the regular use of certified reference materials. Internal quality control must be built by using CRM, so that we can establish comparability and accuracy of an analytical results between different locations and over time. Next, we need to participate in inter-laboratory comparison. This process is needed to achieve the confidence in testing by ensuring the uniformity of test methods employed in different laboratories. In monitoring, we also need to include the replication of the test and calibration using the same or different methods. It means we must conduct multiple of experimental runs with the same or different factor settings. Last but not least, we have to do correlation results for different characteristics of an item. The recorded data must be analyzed and planned operation need to be applied to correct the problem or to prevent from reporting non-conforming results when the data are out of limits.
Next, we continue to the aspect of ISO 17025. In this measurement, it is necessary to fully have the aspect of ISO 17025? It is because to achieve the accreditation, which is the proof that the laboratory is competent to carry out the specific calibration. So what is the aspect of ISO 17025? There are 4 aspects, which is first is the process compliant laboratory. Next, second is accredited laboratory. Next, conformance service, and lastly accredited service. Next, we continue to the first aspect of ISO 17025, which is the process compliant laboratory. This process is needed as to make the client satisfied and have confidence to the laboratory as it is competent and could produce a good quality result. For your information, in this process, it is needed and necessary for having the internal audit program as to make sure the client is very satisfied and confident for the laboratory. And for the external audit program, it is not necessary. Next, for the second aspect of ISO 17025, it is accredited laboratory. A laboratory that have the accredited is one of the key for proof for the client that their service that they will give to the client is accredited.
Another aspect of ISO 17025 is conformance service. This service is to deliver to the requirements of ISO 17025 and includes measurement uncertainties which expose the adequacy of measurement. A statement of conformance is an expression that describes the conformance or non-conformance of an item to a specification or standard. Examples of statements of conformity are pass or fail, intolerance or out of tolerance, or in spec or out of spec. The last point for the aspect of ISO 17025 is accredited service. Every measurement is made using procedures that have been assessed by an external auditing body, and the audit process will have endorsed the measurement uncertainties listed on the calibration certificate. This provides the greatest level of assurance that the measurements are reliable.
The implementation of ISO 17025 improves product tasting and calibration results. It brings benefits by maintaining calibration quality, which results in low demand for customer audit. Then, it also boosts confidence level in instrument accuracy test as the calibration is achieved and being standardized internationally. The standardization preserves more time and cost in the lab as there is no need for retesting of products. Thus, this helps in efficiency of laboratory quality standards as well as performances, which also improves the customer's satisfaction. In addition, it facilitates smooth work achievement as well as increasing work productivity. Next, the laboratory operations also have better control and feedback from the quality assurance system. All in all, ISO 17025 is superior and more reliable as it produces advanced outcomes in the laboratory.